Oh, that's understandable.
And then
I'm just like, fuck Christmas, honestly.
I know, but
It's such a Hallmark holiday. Like, the meaning of Christmas has been gone so lost.
I actually do like giving people stuff more than I like receiving stuff. And I don't know, I just always feel, I always go out of my way. Hey,
No, it's understandable. I mean, you always want to help the people that you love, but at the same time,
I only buy for. I have 3 friends I buy for, then my girlfriend. Still.
See, I bought some for my sister and her boyfriend, just because, obviously, you gotta get your sister first, and then I'm gonna be late with both my parents. Fuck it, I don't care. They don't care. They know I love them. They know I'm fucking poor as shit.
Yeah, me too. I.
You know what my mom's Christmas present was last month? I paid my bill without her having it. That was her fucking Christmas present.
I can't remember the last time I gave money for the car. I feel like an asshole. But I don't know. I don't even think he knows I'm quitting my job, and I don't. He's like, hey, don't you have to be at work at noon? No. I'll get there eventually.
See, I would find another job before you quit, just in case he tries to pull some shit like, get the fuck out of your job.
No, he's never done that. I've lived there unemployed before.
Okay.
Luckily, very understanding.
Oh, wait.
I should. Yeah, with it. But now I pretty much. It's not even bad.
Yeah, I mean, what it sounds like it's more of a mental block than anything.
Yeah.
yeah, that would help out a lot for everybody.
I feel like
pretty much.
Get away.
Yeah, no, that's a good.
I literally have tried.
It's like a band-aid. You just gotta fucking peel it off.
If I can walk away with some money, I'm fucking doing it.
No, that's the best way.
Dude, even if I fucking...
Bro, I'm gonna be honest.
Why would I go back? If I quit, why would I want to?
Exactly.
What are you gonna be honest about?
If there's not a buyout, I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah, me too.
Like, me too. Like, I'm hoping for a buyout just so I can justify me leaving. But at the same time, I'm fucking leaving. Fuck Amazon. I'll say it live on the pre-show. Fuck Amazon and everybody in that goddamn building.
Wait till February, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait out, and then if I don't hear anything,
last year it was in February.
I thought it was late January.
No, it was early February that I remember. I recall it being early February last year. So
okay,
but I'm just getting concerned because it's only a month away, and like the HR doesn't even know.
Fuck HR, they don't know shit.
I heard rumors they might not have it. From one person, I really just. I really don't want to be. I just don't want to be in that building. That's really when it comes down. Dude, I'm on AMZO and I fucking.
Yeah, no, I feel like Goonland, that is even worse. And I don't know why.
Really?
Because you guys seem like you just stand back there and do nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. It fucking sucks.
At least we're on the fucking floor walking around.
Yeah, well, I got fatter once I started going back there. I was not doing as much work.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like I said, I'm not calling you guys lazy. I'm just saying it seems like there's a lack of work.
Well, that's because
there's more people than you guys.
That's because it all depends. That depends on the volume.
Like I remember the one day I'm working on Lane G. And Lane, for anybody obviously who's listening doesn't know, which is probably like many of you, Lane G is right next to AMZO. And I'm standing at Lane G, and it's like I'm standing at Lane G because there's nothing for me to do. And I look over to AMZO, and there's like 7 people standing around just talking. I'm like, what the fuck's happening back there?
Yeah, and then we're eating pizza.
That's what I'm saying. You got we're not have food on the floor, and I look back at AMZO, and y'all are fucking pigging down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on back there?
Right, I know we totally break it. Having no food on the floor roll, and it's funny because safety. It doesn't matter anymore. But it's all because it all depends on how much volume we have. Sometimes there's nothing to do. Sometimes we're very busy, but most of the time it's just like, what I'm done picking up this fucking bags, man. I'm done. The bags for AMZO.
I was.
That is the worst part. I'm so sick of picking up this fucking bag.
For some reason, it changed with art. Bothers me. But no, I was working on AMZL lane and I had to change a bag. And I'm like, fuck this. And I went rep house because I was like, I ain't doing that shit. All of our
usually I come around eventually later to take out some full bags for future routes.
I hate those fucking full bags because people leave them right in my way.
Usually I'm the one that has to go and take them out.
All right. Well,
I really hope this guy comes back.
We're gonna talk about him.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, definitely gonna talk about him. But
FAB favorite.
But I don't have any music playing right now. I just realized.
Okay.
I had one song. I do that every week. I play one song and then I forget I'm playing. I can't actually hear the
music. Also, if we ever run out of topics to talk about, did you ever hear the game? Marry, kill, or fuck. We could talk. We could say who we'd marry, kill, or fuck about the WWE.
We do it on the divas and the male roster. We wanted to.
Sure, yeah.
Want to get really stupid about it.
If I really had to, like, it's like if you were gay.
Obviously, I'm marrying. Who am I marrying? I'm marrying John Cena because he has the most money. And then I would.
No, I'd marry Triple.
I'd probably fuck Dean Ambrose. He's just the rugged guy. And he's not too muscular, so he wouldn't make me feel bad.
Right. Oh, no. I'm going to fuck Braun Strowman. I like a big burly man. His beard would just be rubbing on my fucking nuts. It would be
like one of those weird, when you're on like Pornhub and you see those weird fucking anime ads when it's like a giant fucking the little thing.
Yeah, I was one of the fucking 7 foot tall, 400-pound lumberjack.
Yes. But obviously, who'd I kill? Kill would probably be the hardest one because there's a lot of people on the roster I would kill.
But, I mean, I was just gonna go divas, but if we're gonna go male,
well, obviously for the pre-show we're gonna be fucking stupid about it. You think your idea is good, but of course I'm gonna put my Tony spin on it, where it just fucking takes it all the way out to left field.
Well, I mean, this is also, you're talking to the guy who promotes your fucking Harry Nutsack.
Exactly. The bar was set extremely low to begin with.
The bar. So I saw a video about Sheamus talking about Cesaro and how they're actually really good friends in real life, and he says he thinks it's a pretty. I don't know if he used the word travesty, but he said it's just a shame that he hasn't been a world champion by now and isn't a main eventer. He just thinks it's baffling. I agree.
Cesaro?
Yeah, but Sheamus was saying
it about Cesaro.
Yeah, he said it's just unbelievable to him because he says he thinks he's one of the best wrestlers and one of the nicest people backstage on screen, and he just says it's a travesty. And I agree.
I agree with him, but the sad part of it is, as long as Vince McMahon's in charge of that company, it's not going to happen. And we all know his exact thoughts on Cesaro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know. We've seen it.
But I feel like it's changed.
There's a possibility. There's definitely a possibility.
Because Heyman was saying the perception of him changed after he was after he they hooked up Heyman Cesaro after the Brock Lesnar Undertaker thing.
True.
But
all right, well,
but it's just I've seen. Remember when I was watching the Bar versus Ambrose and Rollins? I was thinking to myself, when they had his matches, I'm like, everyone here is a former world champion except for Cesaro. He hasn't even had a singles title since 2012. That was his one and only U.S. title reign, right?
I mean, it's crazy to think that Jinder Mahal was champion before.
And let's be honest here, that championship should never happen. I think he'd be a great U.S. champion, and it looks like it's leading that direction. That's what they should have done to begin with.
Yeah, I think
put a U.S. title on.
They definitely had it backwards. They wanted
backwards as fuck.
They knew that Indian tour was coming, and
right.
I've already yelled enough about them fucking.
But why would? I think it would have been okay to have a U.S. title in India. Fuck it, who cares? I don't know. But
I don't know either.
If they would have built to it correctly, the moment, if they would have made him just the most hated heel on SmackDown, made him U.S. champion for a year, and then when he finally wins the world title, you know how epic that moment would have been?
It would have been great.
But instead, it's knee jerk, and then it means nothing,
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. All right, well, everything's ready to go. We're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right,
steady for spaghetti.
Ready, steady. We want some fucking Eddies.
We want some spaghetti because we're fucking Italian.
No, fuck spaghetti. You don't know what Eddie's is. Eddie's is a foot-long hot dog place in Conneaut Lake. I don't want spaghetti.
Oh, you want to go out there to the old stomping grounds?
Just for some fucking
go out and do a fucking swim in a frozen lake, dude?
Yeah.
And ride that shitty-ass roller coaster. What's it called? Like the Mean Streak or something?
The Blue Streak.
The Mean Streak is Cedar Point.
It's more like the Death Streak, honestly. Right? If you're going to get on that motherfucker, you're going to die.
I last rode it in 2011.
I said you made a mistake. People couldn't.
My uncle fucking has a fucking cot down there or something.
For him.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of a douche. It don't matter. I seen him first time when I last was there in 2010. Yeah, I was like, hey, well, how's it going, Uncle Ed? He just went, hi. I haven't seen you in 5 years, and all you got from me is hi.
He's from Conneaut Lake. What the fuck do you expect?
Nah, he was always a douche. No wonder my aunt divorced him. Anyways, it's always, personal.
Oh, I found out some crazy shit today, actually.
What?
I don't know if I ever told you this. My landlord and his wife are actually from the Conneaut Lake area.
Uh-oh. Let's talk shit.
No, like, this is actually really cool. His fucking nephew coached me in baseball.
Ooh.
Didn't realize it till today.
That's neat.
Shout out to the Allen brothers. They were cool as fuck.
Mm-hmm. You know what I could do? Maybe if I didn't want to use the arm, I could just hold it like a chalice, like Xavier Woods when he holds the microphone. I love that.
Yeah, you could do that, technically. It would probably get uncomfortable after an hour, but you could do it.
Speaking of Xavier Woods, did you ever hear of a movie called The Room? It's very cheesy. And they're making like a mockumentary about it with James Franco.
Oh, I did hear about that, yeah.
Well, there was like a remix song. I don't know if you ever seen the movie. They go, there's like a lot of famous lines like, you're tearing me apart, Lisa, and hi, Mark, and cheep, 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 cheep. Well, there was like a remix video somebody made on YouTube, and Xavier Woods let it go down.
Okay, we'll have to.
Very strange.
You'll have to find it for me so I can retweet it on the Twitter.
It's kind of hilarious, very bizarre.
I want to try something new.
Okay.
Because it seems like every fucking person does this when they have a podcast.
Seriously, I never knew that.
Yeah. I'm stealing more and more shit from Joe Rogan every week.
That's okay. let the world see. Let all 4 people in the world see our ugly mugs.
I'm hoping if I get more proactive on Twitter, it's gonna help.
Proactive. Yeah. And I should.
We have 12 followers on Twitter now.
Nice. Do you want me to say shit on Twitter? I just don't use Twitter. Fuck it.
I'm good on the Twitter. Like I have Twitter handle.
What about Instagram? What do you need?
I'd say work on the Facebook.
All right.
Yeah. Just post like you were doing.
You know what? I was supposed to do the memes. I kind of forgot.
But you were doing good for a little bit with the articles and shit like that. You were doing.
Well, I didn't know if I was allowed to share the articles. Isn't that like
fuck it
infringement or?
It's still real to us. If you get mad that we're using your articles, fucking let me know and we'll talk about it.
I mean, sharing it should be okay, just as long as I'm not claiming ownership, right?
Yeah.
All right. Because, I mean, I'm not claiming ownership. I'm just sharing. Also, memes. I will make memes. I can make memes. I will make memes. Ladies and gentlemen out there, you're getting memes.
Yeah, no, give me a second. I got the actual link.
Look out for memes, ladies and gentlemen, if that's going to fucking grab your attention. And then, obviously, once we have more money, we will put more money into it. And
yes.
We're 30-some episodes deep, man. We got to get our fucking game on.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for almost a year, brah.
Literally almost a year now.
We started, March of last year, right?
Yeah.
Because it was right before WrestleMania.
Yes, it was. It was literally the week before WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Was the start of the podcast.
And then when I came back, you electrocuted yourself, and that was the last episode.
I talked about that to my fucking landlord today, legitimately. We fucking had a conversation about that.
It's hilarious. Episode 2, dead.
Yeah, no, I remember that shit.
Wow, they made it 2 episodes. It was wonderful.
Everybody's going to be like, fucking clean your kitchen, motherfucker.
Maybe if they, took better care of the building.
I really hope my landlord doesn't listen to this.
I mean, we love you. If you're listening, we appreciate it. Share this with all your wrestling
Listen, I'm gonna talk shit till you fix my heat.
Oh, at least it's not as bad as Paige's bullshit. Her fucking pipes in her bathtub keeps freezing. She can't even take a bath.
Oh, I couldn't take a shower for a week.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, my pipes were frozen.
What'd you have to do? Did you go to the iWash station in Pit 5 and wash up there?
No, thank God my dad lives right up the street.
Okay.
Thank
Paige
God.
had to come over to my house, and now the fucking water won't dissolve because it's frozen. You put boiling hot water down the drain. Yeah, the pipes are frozen. Water won't drain. It's all fucked. We have to take a bath in the sink.
That would suck.
Right?
Like, that would legitimately suck.
Nah, she can come over.
Damn it, I had the link and then I fucking deleted the link. What am I doing?
Dude, are you fucking this up, dude?
I am fucking this up.
Delete.
Like, I smoked an hour and a half ago. I have my co-host, Dougie.
I'm trying to remain sober for a little bit because I need to save money.
I understand that, but let me give a quick shout out real quick to Dougie Fresh, co-host of the Gooncast, which you can hear whenever we feel like having an episode live on the Goonland Productions YouTube page, which you're listening to right now. Give us a like and subscribe. Don't worry, I do.
Why is his name Dougie Fresh?
Because
is he a rapper? Does he have like a reason to be called?
No, because he's like our good friend JP Whitman. He doesn't want his name out.
Well, fuck. When we kill, do you think we're fucking ourselves over by using a real name?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
They're like, we're talking about our jobs and our personal lives on here. Our real names are up.
There's a good chance that one day this will come back to haunt us, but at the same time, I'm at the point where if we get famous, they're gonna figure it out anyway. Like, you know, like look at professional wrestling in general. They all have fake names, yet we still know their regular name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all know that Seth Rollins' real name isn't Seth Rollins. Colby something.
Yeah, Colby Jack Cheese.
And then fucking Dean Ambrose is John something.
John Good.
John Good, that's right.
John Goodman.
No, John
Not like
Good.
Michael Cole and not Michael. No, I mean, no. Gary Cole and not to be confused with Gary Coleman. I'm talking about actors.
Oh.
Fuck. Yeah, oh well. I mean, you don't care, so I don't care. That's kind of how I look. Should we just say that Drake Duncan and Tony Musolino,
Musolino.
Should we just say that those are our surnames too?
Yeah, there are surnames.
Should we like just go back and just like
we've been playing characters the whole time?
Should we just like at this point start using characters?
No, it's too late now. It's way too. We are 32 episodes in, Drake.
We have to delete the whole thing and start over.
Fuck it.
Well, I said I was sleazy wag, so
I don't know if that's any better.
Let's call you the Muss.
The Muss.
Jesus fuck. All right, are you done with this fucker?
No, I'm almost.
How many brain cells did you kill?
Too many.
All right. I'm trying to remain sober because I've been. That's one of the reasons why I have no money. I've been spending too much on beer. I've been getting fat probably because of beer. And, you know, I'm trying to go a few months at least, and I'm gonna try to make it to my 30th birthday. So far, I've lasted almost a week because I started January 1st. So we'll see where it goes.
I just make sure this where it does. All right, I'm ready. You ready?
See how long I can make it, buddy.
Stop playing the fucking intro before me. I swear to God. I'm being serious with people. My music player knows what our fucking intro is because it doesn't fail. It does not fail. Every single week, I will play a song and the next song is fucking played as our intro. Every single time. I don't know why.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just like randomize the songs and then right when we're starting,
it still plays makeshift every time, which is the name of our intro song. Damn, my Twitter and Facebook are fucking popping right now.
I go, really? You're getting hits?
No, I was arguing with people on Facebook. So
about like Hillary Clinton's hits versus like Trump's tan or what?
No, I was telling all the Jacksonville fans that if they think that Week 5 game actually matters, it doesn't.
Oh.
So that's a little football for you. But we'll be back in a couple of seconds with the actual intro.
Hello, all you listeners out there. This is the Phenomenal Podcast with your hosts, Tony Musolino and Drake Duncan.
After a extremely short hiatus for the holidays that we are so fucking glad is over, we are back!
We're back and it's 2018, baby.
2018.
New Year!
The New Year's here, and this is the 32nd episode of the Phenomenal Podcast.
32!
I am your host, Anthony Musolino, and of course, as always, it wouldn't be the same without him. I don't know, one of these days I'm going to go back and listen to everything I said and repeat it all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I've said a lot of things about you, but there's one thing that always will never change. That is you are sleazy, Mr. Drake Duncan.
The hardcore legend?
Yeah, you're the hard.
What was it? Was that the hardcore?
No, it was Mr. Hardcore. Mr. Hardcore, the
because I stepped on glass, man.
Yes.
Got it removed from my foot.
I'm the most electrifying man in podcasts because I almost electrocuted myself.
There you go.
This is been a very interesting 2018 so far because...
Well, hold on, though. How was the last of your 27? Did you have a good Christmas?
It was alright Christmas.
All right.
I mean, I didn't get much. But I wasn't expecting much. So I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I was just like, all right.
I went to Cleveland last weekend for a very epic concert. It was very, very fun.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have an episode last week, because Drake was in Cleveland.
Well, we're gonna talk about our favorite moments from 2017. Do you want to add that in there? Or?
I mean, we can. See, I still want to do a little outside episode because I want to bring in JP, maybe a couple other people.
Moments from 2017.
Yeah, do like a best of show. If we don't,
okay,
I'll say let's not do it this week. I know. It's by the time we do it, it's gonna be the 14th probably, and it's gonna be a little late. Everybody's already gonna have theirs out already. But because I want to get other people involved with this, because I mean, we can give ours, we can do our best of 2017s, but we have some other friends that are also very knowledgeable wrestling fans that we've had on the show in the past.
Yeah, have a more like round table perspective, opinions.
You know exactly what I'm thinking. But as great as 2017 is, I want to hop right into 2018. Unless you've been living under the rock the last couple of months.
If you've been living under the Dwayne Johnson for the past couple of months.
Yeah, so you have been living under Dwayne's beautiful ass for the last couple of months. You missed out on what might be the pay-per-view of the year. The reason I say that is because it was the pay-per-view of the year last year, and of course I'm talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling's the WrestleMania for them, and that is Wrestle Kingdom. This was number 12 in the history of New Japan, and I didn't see the full show. I'm just going to state that right now.
I did.
I couldn't. I made it to 1:30 and I passed out. I tried my hardest.
I made it to the very last match, Okada versus Naito for the championship. Fell asleep and I rewatched it yesterday. And it was very good.
We'll get into that one in a little bit because I have some thoughts on that match. But the matches I did see were good. I saw. We'll start off right now with the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship match, and that was Roppongi 3K, which is Sho and Yo taking on the Young Bucks, and of course, once again, the Young Bucks start the show in a very, very good way. I was very impressed with the Bucks. Sho and Yo, I did not know a lot about this team coming into this match.
I didn't either.
Very impressed with them though.
It's the first time I've heard of them.
I knew about them a little bit because they did some excursions in the United States, so I knew I knew of them, but I didn't know too much about them.
This was actually the first full New Japan pay-per-view I watched, and live at that. Yes.
Well, it's tough for Americans to watch New Japan pay-per-views because obviously they're worried about Japanese time, and
yeah, it started at it started at 3, and if you count the pre-show, it started at 2 in the morning.
Exactly. There's no way I was making it.
All they had on the pre-show was a Battle Royal. It was okay, but
who won it?
Some guy I never heard of, like some Olympian guy that overcame cancer. I have no idea. I never heard of him.
Because I don't have the pre-show match with the.
But there was a couple surprise appearances. It was pretty cool. Jushin Thunder Liger came out, and
awesome.
Taka Mikanuchi, whatever.
Taka Mikanuchi came out.
Dude, he still wrestles. He actually came out later in the night and won one of the matches. But I can't remember which one. I think it was one of the tag team matches. Yeah, Taka Mikanuchi, Jushin Thunder Liger, and you know, wrestler named Delirious. He came out.
Delirious showed up too.
Yeah, dude. So I'm surprised actually. Like, it's funny.
I made a mistake. I should have actually checked out the match. I totally skipped that one.
That was really the only cool thing. Was just like the surprise appearances. Other than that, it was kind of meh. And I didn't know you can eliminate people by pins in battle royals in Japan. I didn't know that.
Who won? I haven't found the name.
It was some Olympian. He overcame cancer, and then he was speaking Japanese. I didn't know.
The 45-year-old.
Yeah.
Kakihara.
Yeah, like I said, I never heard of him.
So. Who the fuck is?
Kakihara.
Mahisho Kakihara.
Kakihara.
I'm guessing that's his fucking name. I can't speak fucking.
Can't speak Japanese.
But no, I mean, Yuji Nagata was in the match. He's a fucking legend, of course. Kojima's a legend. It's shocking to see Taka Michinoshi showing up.
I was pretty pumped about that.
That's
like
pretty
I said,
fucking cool.
I'm still kind of like I'm a new New Japan fan. Like, I've always been like casual with it because I've never could find the content. But now I'm pumped to see more. My buddy's got the network. I'm going to be watching more now, so I'm pretty excited to be becoming an actual New Japan fan.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a New Japan fan because I've been a fan of them for about 2 years now, but it's like I'm an on and off fan. It's if you don't
know the roster way better than me.
Yeah, it's like I know the names. I'll pay attention to the big matches. I don't watch everything. I
think the whole thing with the I like the whole history with like the Young Lions and the excursions and the
I love the tradition.
The Gaijins, like with the white people, like what they call the white people.
Yeah, no, the
I think that's like really neat. Like how they take it like a series. as any tradition as that they would like sumo wrestling or something.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah,
I love
no
how
doubt.
serious they take. I feel like Japan and Mexico take their professional wrestling very seriously, and that's very well traditional and honored. You know,
Well, kayfabe is still 100% alive in Japan.
and I think even in Mexico to a degree. I mean, they look
to a degree.
Well, look how serious they take the luchador masks and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely more tradition based.
That's what I mean.
Those two countries, yeah. But to get back to this tag team match, I was once again, of course, the Bucks. Great match of always. Never disappointed in the Young Bucks, and they're now 7-time junior tag team champions. Which
I'm really not a big fan of the Young Bucks. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't care for them. I don't know.
Are you one of those? You don't like the flippies?
No, I just they just don't really do it for me. I don't know, but I think I appreciate like their characters and like they like to break the fourth wall a lot and be like smart asses. I get that, you know, but it's just like they're almost like too obnoxious for me. And like the super kick party, and it's just like stupid.
Okay, Cornette, calm down.
But that's funny because I love Kenny Omega and I love Cody. I just don't like the Young Bucks, but I'm not ruling them out yet. I'm just still they haven't grown on me yet. And I will say that like some of the matches like this one, like I don't know. Sometimes I don't like how like if something drags on for too long or if they kick out of like every fucking finishing move. It was interesting because the whole night was almost like it was like Japan style mixed with like indie style mixed with like WWE style.
Oh, there was definitely some WWE style mixed. So I will have that. I'll talk about that.
But yeah, that's the one thing. It's just like I don't know. I maybe I didn't fully pay attention to every match like I wanted to, but it was also 3:00 in the morning, so forgive me.
Yeah, no, obviously
I was kind of fading in and out.
Yeah, that's why I waited till the next day to watch some of these matches.
But like, yeah, I remember it not being that bad of a match, but I also remember it seeming like it just was dragging on like forever. Like I feel like the Young Bucks should have been, the other guys like looked like they were just like skinny punks. Like it just seemed like the Young Bucks should have been able to put them away within like minutes. But I think it's also the whole like their style is different from WWE's, and like it also was like do they consider this a pay-per-view? Like I'm not, or just like an event? I don't know what
Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah,
it's their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, but they don't actually have pay-per-views.
Yeah, they do in Japan.
They do.
Yeah,
like that you can actually like go order it.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you think Wrestle Kingdom was in America before?
As far as I know, you were never able to order it on like pay-per-view in America.
But they have pay-per-view in Europe, in the rest of Asia.
I thought you had to like buy the DVD or something. Like if you live in America, I thought you can only order
in
if
America.
You live over there.
Yeah, but I'm not saying over there they still have pay-per-view. Yeah, still pay-per-view event over there.
Okay, well I didn't know what they considered it.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know if like pay-per-view was just like an American thing. You know what I mean?
Listen, they didn't give a shit about America until like 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They only cared about Europe and England and in Asia.
Because I guess I was mostly talking about here. Because as far as I understand, you are able to like go like a Comcast and like fucking order. You know.
Oh no, it definitely became a lot easier over the last couple of years. No fucking. Doubt.
But yeah, obviously because it's a pay-per-view, it's a big show, and it's Japan wrestling. Obviously, you have to drag things out a little bit sometimes. But like I think if I don't know. I just feel like sometimes the pacing of some of these matches. Like I said, I'm a new fan to this. Like
but you have to understand too that this is
dragged on too long sometimes.
But you have to also understand this has been a longer running rivalry because the Bucks have been going at it with Rocky Romero for years now.
Mm-hmm.
So with him running Repugny 3K,
he was managing them.
Yes,
okay.
So that plays into the story. So I mean, there was that was the thing that really stuck to me with most of this card. It seemed like every match had a good story behind it. Okay, which is where WWE fails a lot of times.
Yes, and I unfortunately I didn't know all the stories. I really only knew about the main events like stories. So.
Yeah, no, I mean
the history.
It's tough to follow all this. It's like every company. It's tough to follow. You have to be really in depth to follow all the stories. But to get to a match that I had literally zero interest in, and that was the never openweight 6-man tag team championship match. That had way too many fucking teams in it.
Right. Can I ask why it's called never openweight? Does it mean like the weight class isn't defined?
No, never's like that's like NXT to them. That's like their junior division. Like you know what I mean? Like that
kind of like rookie, or is that
no? It's kind of like developmental, but not developmental.
Gotcha.
Because like if you look at guys that are in there, like Suzuki Gun was in it with that they were like Juice Robinson was fucking in it.
Yeah, why was there so many people in this? And it was a
gauntlet
team match.
Yeah, it was a gauntlet match.
Yeah, it's funny because I never even knew that there was, a 6-man tag team title until I saw Ring of Honor, and I didn't realize that New Japan was also doing that.
Yeah,
it's kind of goofy.
I'm trying to figure out who won the match.
But I saw War Machine was in it, which is cool, but it was a mess. It was too all over the place. You know what I mean? I feel like there was a lot of talent in it, but it was too all over the place. And of course, fucking War Machine didn't win, and I wanted.
Well, obviously they weren't winning.
I heard they're coming to WWE, right?
That's why I was honestly shocked to see them on the show.
Right.
Like,
figures as soon as I got into them, I put on my fantasy roster and all that. Yeah, we have like a fantasy roster thing going.
Yeah, we're gonna do that this
JP Whitman's kicking our fucking ass.
One of these days, soon we're gonna do that. Tell them I'm stealing that idea. So one of these episodes before
you can fucking still join in if you want. If you ever want to join the chat online,
I'll join that chat. But we're gonna do one on the show because we're gonna do it by the end of February. We're gonna do it by the end of February. I'm gonna figure out a format that's gonna work for the show.
Yeah, I just feel like the first two matches were kind of like sloppy and all over the place. But I was also watching this at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, no,
but this grade kind of justifies my perception. C. So.
Yeah, no, CBS Sports gave it a C+. I agree with it. But we'll move on from that match to a match.
I would have given the first match like a C as well, but that was just me.
I'd have given that a B. I would have given that match a B.
Well, maybe I need to see it again, and maybe it's just because I'm not a fan of the Bucks.
Now, you want to talk about a match that a lot of people, I mean, we're talking about it because the people in the match, but wasn't really talking about a match that could steal the show that really put up a damn good effort.
This was one of my favorite matches of the night. It was wonderful.
No doubt, and that, of course, is Cody Rhodes versus Kota Ibushi in a styles clash for the ages.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give Brandy Rhodes, she gets a standing ovation because she was fucking fantastic as a manager in this match.
Oh yeah,
the early on where Ibushi does the moonsault out to the outside of Cody, where
she played the possum. Right?
She played possum beautifully. Everybody in the fucking arena thought she was injured.
Yeah,
everybody.
I thought, she was too. Maybe
I legit thought she was injured because I saw she was in there. I'm like, oh shit, she might actually be hurt.
It's happened before.
Fucking sold it beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
And then those two went on to have a spectacular match. And they made the right call. As much as I love Cody and as great as the match was, Ibushi needed to win this match.
I agree. My only complaint was I wish that it was still for the Ring of Honor Championship, but they gave it to that goon Dalton Castle instead.
I still don't. We gotta get JP on the show because we had a little disagreement because I don't think that he's a credible world champion, but JP thinks he does.
That shocked me because I will tell you, I can quote something he told me not even a month ago. He said, maybe I misunderstood him. Mari said that I wish Dalton Castle would come to WWE, and JP said he's not ready. But so if Dalton Castle's not ready to come to WWE, then why would that mean he's ready for a championship? Shouldn't the two go hand in hand? If he's not ready for WWE, then what makes him better to be champion?
Yeah, what makes you think that he's ready to be a top of the company?
Don't get me wrong, I like the guy, and I think he's funny, but I think he's still like mid-card material.
Yeah, what bothers me with it, I don't have a problem with him being world champion. Honestly, like he's a Ring of Honor made guy. He's been around with the company a while. What bothers me is they took the title off Cody because he is on the rise. He's
like revolutionizing. Plus, you know how much better this match would have been if this title was on the line? But then again, how would it have worked? Because
Cody would have won. Cody would have won this match. And that's what changes it. Ibushi would have lost.
Wait, do you think maybe it's what they did this so they can give Ibushi the victory?
No, I think they just want Dalton Castle to be champion. I think that was a Ring of Honor decision to put the title on him.
Well, how would
I would be totally honest.
Say if Cody retained and they wanted Ibushi to win, how would they have gotten around that?
Maybe disqualification.
Or how often does Ibushi show up in Ring of Honor?
Very rarely.
Wonder if he showed up and defended it and then left again. I don't fucking know.
Now, here's the thing. That's possible because Ring of Honor has had Japanese world champions before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his fucking name. Oh, he had great matches with Daniel Bryan. Oh, fuck. What was his name? I gotta search it up. It's gonna bother the fuck out of me.
I know who you mean. Is he retired now?
I haven't seen him wrestle in years. Oh.
Was he in Dragon Gate?
I don't know.
Daniel Bryan mostly wrestled in Dragon Gate USA and Ring of Honor.
Why aren't you giving me a list of champions?
Wait, this guy was Japanese and he was a Ring of Honor champion?
Yes, I can't remember his name.
And he wrestled Daniel Bryan.
He had fucking a classic match at Final Battle against Daniel Bryan.
Well, fuck. Now I want to see this.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to find it.
Go for it.
There we go. List of ROH World Champions.
And then you tell me, because
Takeshi Morishima. He was huge, man. He was fucking. No, yes. I've watched that. Yes. Morishima. So it is possible.
I've actually never heard of him. He
held the belt for almost a year. He held the belt for 231 days.
Yeah, I was never the biggest Ring of Honor follower.
Look at this big motherfucker. Look at that big motherfucker.
Nice, dude. All right, I'm gonna have to look this up.
I'm pretty sure he wrestled in WWE, actually.
I don't recall. I would remember him. Yeah, sometimes I don't know as much as I'd like to know, folks, but that's all changing now.
I'm pretty sure he had a little run there. At least that picture.
I was just a TNA and a WWE guy.
No, he spent most of his time in Pro Wrestling Noah in All Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course,
makes sense why I've never heard of him.
Was the Ring of Honor World Champion. He defeated Aries, Jay Briscoe, Roger Strong.
Hey, what is going on with Aries? Is there any updates on what the fuck he's doing?
He's in Defiant Pro Wrestling right now.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the former WCPW. He's actually Defiant World Champion, and they're doing a Beijing storyline with IPW, which is another European wrestling company.
He's wrestling in Europe?
Yes, he's the world champion over there.
Interesting. Yes. Why would he choose something like so obscure?
Because he's already done all the big time stuff.
I guess.
I mean, he did Ring of Honor. He helped create Ring of Honor. He helped make TNA what it was.
I know, but why not go back? What's his name? Christopher Daniels is still in there. They could have wrestled again. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it. He's the type of guy who wants to do new things. And honestly, the way the fucking America is right now, I think I want to go to Europe too. Let's get back to Wrestle Kingdom because we have another tag team match that I didn't watch at all. And that's Evil and Sonata versus Killer Elite Squad. Do you remember this match at all?
I do. It wasn't that great. That's another one that dragged on way too fucking long. And Killer Elite Squad, they just kept beating up the young lions and flicking off the audience and spinning water on them. It was kind of dumb.
I mean, that's really.
And they lost the tag team titles.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because Evil and Sonata, I don't know if you remember him. He was in TNA.
No.
Remember when TNA had the storyline with Wrestle One in Japan? They did the Bound for Glory in Japan. Remember?
No.
Well,
probably was when I wasn't watching.
Yeah, probably because that was when.
Was it after Aces and Eights?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
But Sonata was actually the Great Muda's young boy.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and now it's great to see him actually putting on good performances in New Japan.
And I only put Killer Elite Squad. I have them on my fantasy roster because I heard that they were the current tag team champions, and I saw them. I'm like, I don't really like these guys. They both work for WWE. I remember them. D.H. Smith, he was in that the new Heart Foundation with fucking Tyson Kidd.
And I gotta be honest, he's had a great career. This is where I have to disagree with you because I'm actually a big fan of the Killer Elite Squad.
Well, I only seen them. This is the first time I've seen them wrestle since WWE because Lance Hoyt, is that his name? Or?
Yeah.
I remember him in WWE as well. This is the first time I've seen him wrestle.
He's Lance Archer now, but he was Lance Hoyt.
Oh, yeah. It's the first time I've seen these guys wrestle since WWE, and I wasn't impressed. But maybe if I see more. But the match I thought wasn't that great, and then they lost. They acted like jackasses and lost anyways. And I haven't seen them since WWE, so it's like, what the fuck? They're not really impressing me. But maybe I'll give them another chance if you think that they're. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't say give up on them. Definitely.
Well, I can't give up on anybody because I'm not even giving up on the Bucks. I'm just giving my current.
Definitely
opinion.
Can't give up on the Bucks.
Well, no, I'm not. Dude. That's what I said. I'm like a new fan to all this shit. I'm mostly just focused on WWE.
The Bucks are a team you have to get an appreciation for because honestly, if I'm gonna make a comparison to a tag team, they're like the Rock and Roll Express of our generation.
I suppose
because they're selling merch like the Rock and Roll did. There is no team in any company. I'm talking WWE, I'm talking Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact, CMML, AAA, Noah, anywhere. Progress, wherever the fuck you want to go. There is not a better tag team on the planet than the Young Bucks. I truly believe that. At least it's selling merch.
Yeah. Hell, man, they got shit Hot Topic now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's unheard of. I've never heard of even a company outside of WWE selling merch in a store anywhere. That's unheard of.
And here's the thing: people are like, "Oh, well, everybody's got stuff in Hot Topics." They're the ones that started the trend. If it wasn't for the Bucks, wrestling shirts would not be sold in Hot Topics. I'm not joking.
No, they still would have WWE shirts.
No, they wouldn't. No, I don't think so.
They had WWE shirts on Hot Topic well before this happened.
Yeah, you are right.
They had. I first bought a wrestling shirt And Hot Topic probably back in like 2010 or something like that.
Okay, well, I haven't gone to Hot Topic since like 2007. So that's
all right. Well, yeah,
that's why I wouldn't know.
The band shirts are suck now. I only go for fucking pops and wrestling shirts.
Yeah, I only reason I ever went there was because my sister was emo at that stage of time. So,
but I'm saying that like it's like I think that they're selling more and better than the WWE shirts now, though. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean
they also have Blackcraft stuff in there now, and that's funny because like. You used to see Baron Corbin wearing their shit, and like Seth Rollins has like a Blackcraft partnership, so it's pretty interesting all the stuff they have there now. It's kind of neat.
No, I mean,
but they still have shit band shirts.
see, wrestling's getting to a weird point, and I think
it seems like is it becoming culturally relevant again, or maybe only to a degree?
To a point, but here's the thing:
still pretty much only like in the nerd community.
Not really though. Like seriously, not really, because with the WWE getting on ESPN and them doing a lot of coverage on ESPN. That brings more eyes to wrestling. And I remember not even 5 years ago, I'll even say like 3 years ago, where I couldn't go to work and talk about wrestling because people would just look at me.
Well, fuck what they think. Why would you care?
But here's the thing though. It's getting to the point now when you talk about wrestling, there's just random people coming over and asking you about it. How many times?
Kind of like how we met.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like non-wrestling fans. Like we were destined. Obviously, we were destined to meet. But I'm saying like non-wrestling fans are like, oh yeah, I used to watch years ago, but I'm starting to hear a lot more of it now. Like it's just,
I would never care what people thought about me. I would talk about wrestling in school.
Oh, I never gave a shit.
People bullied me for it and made fun of me. I didn't care.
I was known as the wrestling fan at my school in Conway.
Me too.
I was known for it. People would come up to me and ask me about it.
Dude, look, I was the only boy to have long hair, like wrestling and metal. I was the outcast. I didn't give a fuck. Well, that was also Catholic school. Fuck that place. Fuck that shit.
Oh, we went to Catholic school. I lived rednecks, so you would think that they would have been wrestling.
I think I'd rather go with rednecks than Catholic school. It was fucking terrible.
No, fuck no. I'd rather go with the Catholics. Fuck rednecks. Fuck rednecks. But we're gonna get away from both those. Let's get back to New Japan because this is actually a pretty long card, and we are at the Never Openweight Championship with Hiroki Goto, which I'm a big fan of.
That's the crazy guy, right?
No, that's Minoru Suzuki. He's the crazy one.
Okay.
He's just he's been a badass for years.
Right. He scares me, but in a good way.
But they did a hair versus hair match for the Never Openweight title, and Goto wins, which means Suzuki's bald.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of sucks because his hair was what kind of was like one of the better parts of his character.
Yeah.
Like his character's great, don't get me wrong, but like the hair was like, I don't need to speak to Japan to understand that he's out of his fucking mind because of that hair.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a badass.
But I think he could probably get it back. I mean, it didn't look, well, I don't know.
I want to see if I can find not at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see this match yet. See, it's tough.
It was another one that I thought like just kind of dragged on too long. It wasn't bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there wasn't one bad match in this whole card. I just feel like some maybe I'm just like not used to the kind of pacing. You know what I mean?
I think that has a lot to do with it. Honestly, I think that does.
And like I said, like there were nights. Also, like some match, and it was late in the morning, and then this was like right after I think. Was it? I mean, like you see like a match like Cody and Ibushi, and then like some of them are like, and then the Fatal 4-Way, which we're gonna get to. There was like high flying crazy action, and then this other stuff was like drawn out, like kind of like boring. But then but it wasn't bad. I just think that like it was the various styles of match pacing that maybe I wasn't used to.
Yeah, I think that's what it was because I think like those two matches that you described.
Every match had a different pacing, honestly.
But those two matches had a very American feel to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what the problem was. Because Japan is a lot of a slower, hard-hitting style.
Right.
Which this match, I haven't seen it, but just seeing the two names in it, I know it was hard-hitting. It was a brutal match.
Well, when there was like a lot of action, when he like slapped the fuck out of him, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. Oh,
yeah,
this right
part.
Here.
This part is
like
awesome.
He's literally slapping the shit out of him. Like these guys are.
This is exactly.
Please tell me wrestling's fake while I'm watching this. This isn't fake at all.
Oh yeah, dude. He's really slapping. This is exactly the part I was talking about. I love this part.
Like, yeah, no, those are two. That's a match that is on my list of matches that I need to watch.
It was good. I guess I just wasn't used to the pacing, But maybe if I watch it again, I'll be. And I also think the crowd was kind of like the crowd being quiet doesn't help that much because it was like making me fall asleep. Like 3 in the morning, and the crowd, all they say is, you know what I mean? They don't.
Yeah,
but it's because they're respectful.
Yeah, no, they're humble. They're just a different crowd.
But like I said, it was a good match. The pacing was a bit off for me.
But as respectful as the fans were in that match, I felt like the next match, that didn't feel like that match happened in Japan. I'm of course talking about the fatal 4-way for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which had champion Marty Scurll defending against Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida, and maybe the best cruiserweight on the planet, or junior, whatever we're going to call him, Will Ospreay.
I love this
in
match.
A fan-fucking-tastic match. I'm sorry.
I loved it.
Jericho Omega was great. The main event was great.
No, Jericho Omega was still the best.
No, I'm disagreeing with you.
That's fine.
This match, we knew exactly what it was going to be, and they gave us everything that we wanted. After all of the complaining that I've done about the WWE Cruiserweight division and how
this is what the Cruiserweight division should be like.
This is what the Cruiserweight division, this is what Cruiserweight wrestling is. This is what juniors
And it was only like that on the Cruiserweight Classic in WWE.
This felt like they got guys from the WCW era of Cruiserweights and put them in the ring. Marty Scurll played the perfect heel in this match, starting the match, leaving the ring and letting them go at it, played the perfect heel in the whole match. There was points in this match where you thought any 4 of these guys could have won.
Yeah, I really had no idea who was going to win. I really didn't. Which made it even better.
Hiromu Takahashi has quickly become one of my favorite wrestlers.
Is that the guy with the cat?
Yes.
That was awesome. Like I said, and if I was tired before this match quickly woke me up. It was an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, no, he might be one of the most underrated wrestlers on the planet.
I actually never seen him before that match, and I love him. I love him.
I've seen him before, but like I said, he's quickly becoming one of my favorites.
I think is hysterical.
Oh, he's got a great character, and he's just a phenomenal wrestler. And of course, Kushida's Kushida. Everybody knows Kushida's the fucking man.
He had a name for the cat, right?
Daryl.
Yeah, I love Daryl.
Daryl's been called like 17 times already. Daryl's died a lot. But no, this match was like, this match made me like,
it was fantastic.
It was so good that it made me sad because I knew that WWE was never going to be able to come close.
Well, that's how I felt about Jericho Omega, and on a grand scale.
And we can get to that match next.
On a grand scale, and like I said, I love the Cruiserweight match, but just because you have to consider this, like we're talking about like my favorite wrestler of all time wrestling outside of a WWE ring for the first time in 25 years, in
a company.
Outside of a WWE ring for the first time in like 18 years, and the first time in Japan in like 25 years, not counting the time that they had the Beast in the East show.
Yes, and a lot of people are saying that this is Jericho's best match since his match that he had with Finn Balor, that Dark Show match that you can find on YouTube.
I didn't even know about that match.
You can find it on YouTube. I've seen it. It was a fucking fantastic.
Do you know when that was?
That was the night before Beast in the East.
Interesting.
Same tour.
Well, it's funny because JP said that actually he thinks this was Jericho's best match since his match with Neville at Beast in the East. I was going to say his match with Styles is pretty good.
Styles is up there.
But I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot that I can think of.
Well,
maybe his matches with KO. I don't fucking know.
Well, no, this was his. If I'm going to say any match, this is his greatest match since Shawn Michaels in the freaking movie.
Yeah, like 2010. It was a whole different. It was a Jericho on a whole new level. I think it's one of the best matches he's ever done. I think it's even one of the greatest matches of all time. I honestly think I loved it. Just the build up, the style, the psychology in the match. It was perfect. You got two of Winnipeg's finest. Going at it. It was an instant classic. And those guys were never even in the ring together before in a match.
And they didn't. They
acted like they've fucking been wrestling for years, dude. Yes. It was like Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart level.
I love the.
Do you agree with that?
Oh, no doubt.
So I just think
I would say it was above that, honestly.
And that's why on a grand scale, and like I said, like I never even like really like I was like a casual fan with everything outside of WWE, and for the first time ever, I'm actually like, well, not counting like TNA shit. I'm actually like focusing like majorly on a product that's not WWE, and like that. So that's crazy. And non-WWE guy is wrestling for a huge organization, and Vince gave Jericho his blessing. And just the whole, on a grand scale, on a national level, on a global scale, just everything about it was fantastic. It was perfect.
Everything. Yeah. This match brought, they said that the subscription rate for New Japan World went up 30% because of this match.
There you go.
How crazy is that?
And I think it's so crazy. I think it's even crazier that Vince is cool with it. And I think it's awesome.
I want to get into that in a second. Because I want to talk about
this.
You
think he's lying?
No. No. I think there's a lot in play with this match. But I want to talk about the match first because the first thing I want to say,
what's the rating?
It has to be fucking A+.
I'll kill someone if it's
not. It has to be an A+. A-.
fuck that. It was an A+.
Well, they gave the main event an A, so
I actually thought this match was better than the main event.
I did too. I thought this was the best.
Oh,
match
you finally you did see Okada versus?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, the three.
I really liked it, but it wasn't as good as this one.
The four matches.
It really wasn't.
The four matches that I saw was this match, the main event, the 4-way, and then the tag team.
Wait,
match.
where's the Jay White match on?
We're gonna get that in a minute. I skipped that match to talk about this.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Because there's something I want to get into with that match. But
that one was okay.
I have a little bit of bitching to do with that one, mainly towards wrestling fans in general. Again, I just have this beef with wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan myself, and I'm a self-hating wrestling fan. Damn it!
That's all right. It's like I have to deal with some fucking ignorant metalheads sometimes who can't agree on things. So I know how it is.
But first of all, with this match, how cool is it? I don't care what you think of Chris Jericho as a human being or as a performer, but how cool is it for a guy not only to be successful in wrestling, but to be successful enough in music that he gets to go to the biggest Japanese show of the year in the biggest Japanese arena in probably the biggest match of the decade.
Absolutely.
Honestly, this is shaping up to be the biggest match of the decade.
He is 47 years old, and you couldn't even tell.
You couldn't tell.
He's never been injured. He can still go at 47, like how he was when he was 27. It's insanity, and it's amazing. And yes, he's a rock star. He's a wrestler. He can do whatever he wants. He's the best.
But how cool is it?
The GOAT.
How cool is it to see him walking out to his own song? A song that he made.
I loved it.
It's a chart-topping song,
right? And the light-up jacket was back.
I'm glad I was so happy you brought that back. I was very happy to see that.
How great was it when he was like shitting on the fans? They were like saying Kenny, he's like Kenny, and he's beating up all the young lions, flicking everybody off. It was great.
He beat up Red Shoes and his son. He put
He said, "Right, your son
in a fucking lion tamer."
That wasn't actually his son, was it?
Yes, it was. It was actually his son.
I thought he was just being a smartass because they all had red shoes on.
No, but I loved how the match started with Kenny hugging the Bucks and Jericho goes over and starts a brawl before the fucking match even begins.
Yeah.
And the fucking it was like everything about this match was so good.
How about when Kenny flew off the apron into the tables and it was fucking crazy?
Oh, it was so good.
And then did he jump off the scaffolding?
No, that was the last match. That was Ospreay jumped off.
Oh yeah. But still though.
But no, this was a great match. It was
I know someone jumped off the fucking scaffolding.
No, it was
still though.
But this was a brutal match.
He fucking broke the chair in his head and it was just a frame. He was still hitting him with
I loved when Kenny Omega went for the springboard and he hit the drop kick on his knee, and the whole time Don Callis is like, he hit him in the knee. He hyperextended the knee.
Yeah.
Like Don Callis, I'm gonna be totally honest, might be one of the best color commentators in wrestling. The more I listen to this guy, the more I'm like, yeah, he's up there with Graves. Honestly.
I can't wait to see the match again. What happened? When Kenny counteracted something that Jericho did? Oh yeah, no. Jericho had him in the walls, and then he was going towards the rope, and then pulled out the hairspray out of the apron, and sprayed his hair. And then like his fucking balls. That was fucking hilarious.
But you just reminded me of
that
something.
was fucking hilarious.
That was funny. You're right. But you just reminded me why I have to give this match an A-.
Why?
There was parts of this match that made no sense.
Like what?
Why the fuck did Red Shoes try to count out Kenny Omega in a disqualification match? After they were already on the floor for remember after that shit happened with Jericho attacking Red Shoes and shit, Kenny's on the ground and he rolls in on a 19 count.
Oh, really? How do I not remember that?
And then later in the match, they call a rope break.
Oh, they fucked up.
So there was multiple.
I didn't even think about it because I was so excited.
As I'm watching the match,
I only saw it once.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. As I'm watching,
did you only watch it once?
I've watched it 2 times now.
Okay,
but the first time, as I'm watching the first time, I'm watching and I'm like, what are they fucking doing?
Wow, how did I not know?
Like they totally broke logic in the match.
Fuck.
So that's my but that's my only gripe with this match.
That bothers me too because it's kind of fucks with it.
It's not a perfect match. I'm sorry. I might have ruined the experience for everybody.
Oh my god! Now I'm gonna go watch it again and
you're
fucking look for this.
You're gonna know. Yeah, it happens right after all that shenanigans happens. So they break the table and
he's calling. He's making the count.
Yeah, and Red Shoes goes in the ring and starts counting out of nowhere.
See, I think I do remember that. Holy fuck!
And then there was a point where Jericho had Kenny in the walls, and Kenny got the ropes, and they called a rope break.
Are you sure that in Japan they're still not ring count out in DQ?
Yeah, because they're outside the ring for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
And then they at one point there's a rope break, and then all of a sudden there's no rope break, and he's got to grab spray.
Yeah, they were definitely outside more than 20 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was definitely points in this match that made no fucking sense. But if that's the only complaint that happens in this match, that's a fucking good thing. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'll take that over fucking the match sucking, because this match could have came out and been a fucking dud. You know what I mean? It could have.
Yeah, but I know there was no way it was going to, because of the people we were talking about.
Exactly.
I mean, there was two absolute professionals.
No doubt.
And like I said, I barely watched New Japan. I've seen probably at least half dozen Kenny Omega matches now, and I love the guy already just because going into it, because he's so charismatic and just like he's something else. I think if you're not a fan of Kenny Omega after this match, you should be.
I mean, if you're not a fan of Kenny Omega by now, you're just you don't deserve to jump on the train at this point. The train's fucking full.
Well, I mean, I might be somewhat of a hypocrite because I like him, but I don't like the Bucks. So
yeah, well, you are a little hypocritical on that one. I can't lie on that one. But
then again, I feel like I don't think he acts like that much of a goon. I don't know. Like I can take him serious. I can't take the Bucks seriously.
You don't know a lot about Kenny Omega. You need to do a lot more research, because Kenny Omega is probably worse than the Bucks. Kenny Omega wrestled a little girl on a blow-up.
Yeah, I know about that. But most of the goofy stuff he does those on the YouTube channel.
And he wrestled a broom.
Yeah, I know, but this
was in actual wrestling companies.
I know that, but that was like before. Like that was like a different Kenny Omega. This is like a new.
But it's still Kenny Omega.
True.
That's still inside of him. He might be main event Kenny Omega, but he did dress up as fucking the chick from Aladdin.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was funny as hell.
So shit like that still goes down.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Nobody take this as me talking shit on Kenny Omega. I think Jim Cornette's absolutely wrong. I'm just going to point that out now.
I can just take him. I don't know. I can just take him seriously. I feel like most of the stuff he keeps, most of the goofiness now to the YouTube channel, and I just feel like he doesn't. Here's the thing. I get the breaking the fourth wall and breaking kayfabe. It's funny sometimes. I just hate when they do it all the fucking time, especially on national television.
Yeah,
that is all I'm saying. You can be as goofy as you want on YouTube because, in my opinion, that is not kayfabe. It's just them being them at that point. But if you're like on TV, I think you should try to honor kayfabe. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
But as great as this match was, I don't think the match was the most important thing to come out of this.
What?
I think that this is going to have...
What match?
Jericho versus Omega.
Okay, you have that up.
Because I think this is going to have a very long-standing impact on professional wrestling as a whole. It's one of our microphones. I know the sound you're worried about. I heard it too.
What? No, it's just itching my ear.
Oh, I thought you heard a clicking sound, because I definitely heard a clicking sound.
Oh, no.
All right, but of course, like you said earlier, Vince McMahon gave the okay for Jericho to have this match. Well, just recently, at Striga, whatever his name is, of PureLove.com, he did a translation for an interview where New Japan over, Taki Kidnani, if I fucked up his name, I apologize.
Where?
But he's the owner of New Japan, right here. This guy.
Taki Kidnani, that's how I'd say it.
Yeah. So he had an interview with Tokyo Sport where he expressed that his future and his plan for the year is he wants a relationship with WWE. He wants to work with WWE. And if I'm Vince McMahon,
who was this guy again?
He's the owner of New Japan,
and he wants to work with WWE.
He says in this interview,
fucking crazy.
This is the exact ropes. With rising numbers, Kanani says New Japan will be able to pay more money to wrestlers, and he wants to get more wrestlers with a relationship. WWE. This translation's fucking terrible. But he wants a relationship with WWE. He says he's going to do it until the other side says, let's get along.
I mean, honestly, I think it'd be a good move because WWE would technically have no more competition, and then they would be like all work in harmony. My only concern is how much would they work in harmony before McMahon and Triple H just take over and just run it their own way.
I don't think that will happen because
the other guys would just pull out if it got too shitty. I think.
Yeah, but at that point, then you're looking at a war. So
yeah, so they better behave.
So honestly, either thing sounds good to me. Them working together and them going at war.
I kind of want a war.
No, I want them to work together.
I'd rather have a war.
No, you know why?
Because I don't want one to die.
No, I don't want that to happen. I get why you'd want a war because obviously it goes up. But at the same time,
but if one of them died, that would be no good.
I don't think either is going to die.
Okay.
I think with them being on different continents, they'll never die because they have totally separate audiences.
This is true
because it's not a WWE WCW situation.
Mm.
But if they work together, we will get matches that we will never think we would see. There is zero chance.
Like Jericho and Omega for one.
Like I'm saying this right now. There is 0% chance guys like Okada, Takahashi, Naito, he ain't coming.
I love Naito.
Even guys like Bushi and Ibushi are different people. You realize that, right? Those are two different people. Because I realized I was going to say pretty much the same name.
Oh, you're not talking about Kota Ibushi?
No, I'm talking about Kota Ibushi, and I'm talking about another guy in Chaos called Bushi. Or no, he's in
just Bushi.
Yes, he's in
like the mighty Bush.
Yes, he's in Los Ingobernables.
Oh, LAJ. I like that.
Yes, even.
Wait, which one's the guy that plays the Grim Reaper?
That's DNA. Evil.
I like him.
He's good too. But those are guys that probably are never going to come to WWE unless they have a deal to work with New Japan.
True.
Could you imagine John Cena versus Hiroshi Takahashi? Not Takahashi, Tanahashi. I'm sorry.
I can't actually.
Hiroki Tanahashi.
I never thought we'd ever even seen Shinsuke in WWE. And as happy as I am that he is in WWE, I really want them to do more with him, but that's a different subject.
And New Japan's never going to let that happen again. What? Unless the deal, one of their stars going to the United States. They won't let that. They will never.
Why? How and why they let it happen in the first place?
Because they never thought he was going to leave. So they didn't worry about renewing his contract. Then all of a sudden, after Wrestle Kingdom, he said, "I'm leaving."
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I didn't actually know like how that went about.
Yeah, he surprised the fuck out of him when he did it. Like they weren't ready for it. But like this is groundbreaking.
2 years now. It's crazy.
It is crazy, but what's crazy to me is like it's fucking plausible. The more I think about this actually happening, where these companies come together, work together, why wouldn't it work now? WWE has been working. Triple H himself has been working extensively with outside companies. He's got a great
like Evolve and stuff, and Evolve, Revolution Pro, right?
Rev Pro, Progress, ICW. Mm-hmm. He personally showed up in ICW.
Yes, that's right.
So they're already breaking down that barrier of working with companies outside WWE to get stars, like guys like Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven.
I love those guys.
Guys like that. It would be fucking incredible to have a chance to see Okada versus AJ Styles in the WWE. We've seen it in Japan. Could you imagine a WrestleMania? Those two going at it?
No, actually I could with that because Styles was in Japan.
That one, like I said, that match happened, but it would be on such a different magnitude. Could you imagine if the WWE title was on the line?
And WWE and WrestleMania needs it. I'm so tired of WrestleMania being catered to the casual fan. Because like WrestleMania used to be like the thing you'd look forward to most of the year. Anymore, it's like half of it's dog shit, dude. Right?
I'm starting to more look forward to SummerSlam. Honestly,
well, even that's kind of like geared towards casual fans.
I would argue that. I would say SummerSlam is more towards the hardcore.
Well, because it's in Brooklyn.
No, because we have seen a lot of great matches.
True, but still though.
Because you think we would have got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins in the main event for a title at Mania? I don't think so.
I had to think for a second. No,
you won't get. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm tired of, like I said, the Reigns Lesnar thing. That just needs to fuck off.
I think this also.
Hold on, I have something.
Go ahead.
If WWE, if in New Japan worked out a deal, how would this affect New Japan's relationship with Ring of Honor?
I think that's where this deal gets even sweeter. Because then I think WWE would be smart enough and realize, fuck it, let's work with Ring of Honor too.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Could you imagine Jay Lethal versus Seth fucking Rollins?
Dude, I think Jay Lethal's so underrated. I'm surprised they never was signed to WWE.
Jay Briscoe versus Dean Ambrose.
I love Jay Briscoe and Dean Ambrose.
The Young Bucks versus the New Day.
You're making me salivate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
it could come true, the videos, remember when they called them?
Exactly. Like this
is elite videos.
Like this is something that, like, in the way wrestling has been in the past 3 to 5 years, the progress of change we've made from the network becoming a thing and just wrestling coming on a rise, like we talked about earlier, and women's wrestling moving forward.
The network's been around for 4 years now.
It's crazy to think about, and think about how much has changed. Like I said, how much has changed in that 4 years?
Right, NXT getting big and shit,
and with all those guys coming in, all those indie guys coming in, and with their the UK tournament, and then working with these women wrestling companies to bring in the women for the Mae Young Classic. This is the time and place in professional wrestling history for something like this to go down.
I agree. The perception has changed for the better. Like I said, casual fans are coming back and noticing things now, and like fans who've never liked wrestling maybe are taking notice now, and it's just it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. You know,
it's a fantastic time to be a wrestling fan.
The only thing, like I said, I can nitpick at like some of the storylines that WWE fucks up, but other than that, I mean, and plus they have all this talent. Sometimes you wish they can utilize them better. But then, if one thing goes south, there's always alternatives. Like if Raw and SmackDown suck, you got NXT. WWE alone, all the content that's on the network, you have something else that can make up for it.
Yeah,
NXT, all that shit. Then you got all the other indie products out there, and for alternative, and half those guys will end up at WWE probably within a year or two anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully, and maybe this will also try to because I was just complaining about the quality of the show sometimes. Maybe if WWE did form a partnership with New Japan, Ring of Honor, what have you, maybe the quality of the show would get better, and they'd actually take their storylines more seriously and just be done with that fucking start-stop push with fucking everybody. And if everything was ran like NXT and things like that, just logical stories.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Go back to old school booking, because that's what New Japan does really well.
Another thing,
old school style booking.
Speaking of, yes, actually, I couldn't have said it better myself. Old school booking, because I was trying to find the words. Because I'm actually glad you said that. Because speaking of old school booking, which they should go back to, you remember days when they didn't have to always have a general manager on the show. I'm kind of getting sick that they're always having to be an authority figure on the show. It's kind of getting annoying.
Especially when you look at both Raw and SmackDown.
I'm so tired of seeing Shane and Stephanie.
Well,
it's just devaluing the product, and it just seems like this is I'm coming off. JP kind of gone into this too. It just seems like two tyrants or something run. It's it almost seems like a reality show, and everybody on the roster is below them, and they're just their puppets. It's
no, I get that.
I hate that they make Stephanie. And when they come out, it's almost like they make Stephanie and Shane the focal points of the respective brand, and that's highly annoying. And it also devalues the roster.
Now, let me counter argue this, because one, Stephanie McMahon has been on TV very rarely. She's more taking on a Vince McMahon role.
Shane's on her way too much.
That's where I'll argue it, but I don't even have a problem with that one, because at least that storyline,
it's going somewhere. Hopefully,
it's going somewhere, and it's interesting. You tell me up to this point this storyline has been.
Okay,
seriously,
I've been interested.
This has been a fun rivalry. The match they had, as weird as it was, the tag team match, as weird as it was having two refs and as out of sync as they were as refs, the storyline made sense.
Right. Do we want to get into this? Because
we might as well. We're on a sidetrack. We'll get back to New Japan in a second. Let's go on a sidetrack.
Well, what more did we have to say about it? Oh, just the last match.
We got two more matches.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but I think I would only get satisfaction if Bryan comes out of retirement for this stuff. Because it seems like they're leading that way, and if it doesn't lead to Daniel Bryan versus Shane match, with Daniel Bryan booked as the face, yes, I said face, then I'm going to be upset. But even if he is heel, I don't care, as long as he wrestles.
Well, let me give you his exact comment from Sports Illustrated, where they talked about his future and the possibility of returning to the ring at WrestleMania 44. This is his exact quote. I assume that if I don't wrestle by WrestleMania, I probably won't be wrestling with WWE at all. That's my assumption. It's not a black and white answer. There are a lot of issues with me getting cleared by WWE. They're a very strict protocol, which is a good thing. He is right. It is a good thing. It's saving lives by doing it.
Yeah, they don't want lawsuits.
Yes. I mean, look at how many of the old guys are dying. You know what I mean? And then the concussion lawsuit, like you said. Back to the quote. But this timetable of all the things that happen,
but the timeline of all that's happening
was not the best for me. It's an interesting situation that will develop. I might have dyslexia.
It's all right.
But so there, don't be shocked if D-Bry gets in the ring at Mania. I think WWE is going to pull the trigger.
Did you say Dean?
Did I say Dean?
Yes.
I'm fucked up.
I was going to say, well, I think you have I'm too high Alexia.
That's probably. But I mean, it's a possibility.
I'm too high ascites.
But of the GM argument, you know who my biggest problem? You say Stephanie and Shane. I'm sick of Kurt. Stephanie and Shane.
Wait, you're sick of Kurt? I love Kurt.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Well, I'm sick of the Jason Jordan bullshit.
That's why I'm sick of it. because every
It
week
should never happen. I wish they never broke up American Alpha. I said it.
Yeah, you want to talk about a show being made about somebody? I feel like that show is only about Kurt Angle and his son.
And I'm tired of like the constant arguing between Booker and Corey. It gets funny, but it also gets like annoying.
Yeah, so my thing is, the McMahons aren't the problem right now.
They should never broke up American Alpha. That's the thing.
We can argue, we can talk about that all.
Even though I am starting to like Shelton Benjamin with Gable more.
No, they make sense. They're a better tag team than Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan.
Well, yes.
Let me get that. Let's put that out there right now.
Remember how I've said previously that I wasn't the biggest fan of Jordan and Gable and Benjamin being together.
No,
well, after their last match with the Usos and the one before that, and at Clash of Champions, pretty much ever since Clash of Champions, my opinion's starting to change a little bit.
Yeah, no,
because they've been killing it, and also Rusev Day is fucking awesome.
No, Rusev Day is every day is Rusev Day. Every day.
I love Rusev.
Every fucking
Did you see
day.
my thing on Facebook? Happy Rusev Day.
I did. I liked it. I don't know if you saw that. But let's get back to New Japan. I want to finish. No, it was a great little sidetrack we took there. But
well, I think that was one of our topics though about Brian.
Yes,
so there we go. We hit it.
We're hitting. Like I said, it was a good sidetrack. That was a very good sidetrack. But here's one of the things that bothers me. And I said his name earlier.
What match did you have with this? What issue did you have with this match? I'm interested.
Well, it is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Switchblade. And I know I've said that I really...
Wait, that's Jay White, right?
Yes.
Oh, he calls himself Switchblade.
Yes, and I know that I said that I really am not a huge fan of Jay White. He's starting to turn a little bit for me. I like the Switchblade character. I don't fully understand the Switchblade character,
yeah, I didn't know.
But it's a great look.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong person won this match. Tanahashi shouldn't have won.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
This was John Cena booking through and through.
Mm-hmm. So I heard somewhere that Tanahashi helped keep New Japan alive when they were in a lull.
Oh, he was the ace, no doubt.
So he's kind of like New Japan's John Cena.
That's why I make this comparison because he is the John Cena of Japan.
It's weird because even though I think the announcers were talking about, that's where I heard it during the match. Yeah. The announcers were saying that he helped keep them afloat during a lull.
No doubt.
But even though I didn't know much about him, I kind of got a vibe that he was like a John Cena character. So when he lost, I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I really thought he was going to win. Switchblade, that is.
Yeah, I mean...
A little shocked, a little disappointed.
And what bothers me is the next night they had
I think he did a really good job.
He's a young lion. He was in the dojo system, which I didn't know. I didn't realize he was part of the dojo system.
Yeah, when they said he went on an excursion Ring of Honor, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought he came up through...
Didn't they call him Gaijin? Or can only the Japanese be a lion, or can a Gaijin be a lion?
No, Finn Balor was a lion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Finn Balor was one too.
But the Gaijins are white people, right?
Even Juice Robinson, he was in the dojo for a little bit. I don't know if he's officially a young lion, but he was definitely in... Yeah, no, he wasn't considered a young...
They only call the whites lion. I mean, Gaijins, right?
No, that's just all of them. They're all young lions. That's what the
Gaijin.
No, yeah, no, they're just Gaijin.
Doesn't that just mean white?
That's just foreigner. That's foreigner. Anybody's a foreigner.
Oh, whatever. You know what I meant when I said white. I'm not trying to be racial here.
Technically, the Samoans are also foreigners. You know what I mean?
Okay. But gotcha. Because I didn't know what Gaijin meant. I thought it meant like gringo.
Yeah, no. Well, they're either the young lions or...
I'm trying so hard not to make this sound racist.
Yeah, the young lions is the division. They're technically called young boys. That's what they're known as. They're the young boys.
Oh God, Dalton Castle's boys.
Yeah, well, that's where it started.
The boys!
It's not like that weird, but that's what they're called. They're called
that shit's low. I think that's one reason why made me not the biggest Dalton Castle fan. That boy shit's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know.
You homophobic?
Well, no, but it is a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It is funny as hell. It is funny as hell.
No, it is. But to get back to this match.
But I don't think funny as hell should mean you should be world champion.
Yeah. But honestly, just this match in general, boring match.
I don't remember being that entertained by it either, but I do remember, didn't Switchblade get a lot of offense in? I remember him like pummeling him and like beating the shit out of.
Yeah, because he was the heel. He'll always get the heel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he seemed like he had most of the offense. I didn't think it was a terrible match, but I think he had most of the offense, and I feel like he should have won. You know? It was kind of like a John Cena beatdown, and then he comes back at the end.
Exactly. That's why it bothers me.
But yeah, it could have been better. And also Switchblade, Jay White should have won.
Well, he had a really cool storyline the next night where after... Oh, I didn't get into this. After the next night,
I didn't see
New Japan Dash. We'll just do the New Japan Dash stuff now.
Okay.
Well, no, we're not. We'll get to that in a second. Let's do the main event match.
Yeah, because we got to talk about somebody in there.
Yes, and that, of course, the main event match, the IWGP Championship, Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito.
What's the clip? Play it. I want to see it.
It's the drop kick to the floor from Okada, which was fucking.
Is this the first time these two wrestled?
No.
I mean, for a title.
No. They wrestled a couple years ago
For the world title?
at Wrestle Kingdom. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. It was Wrestle Kingdom, but it wasn't the main event. The fans voted it not to be the main event. It was a very disappointing main event. So that's why this one
Was
so
it
big.
for the world title?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure
And Naito took the title off Okada.
I'm trying to make sure I watched the right match on Daily Motion. I hope I didn't watch an old one.
You might have watched the old one. Was Okada wearing pants? Because that was the biggest story out of this match. Okada looked like a fucking moron.
Wait a minute, dude.
Look at Okada's pants.
I'm starting to think I didn't watch the right match. Okada won then too, right?
I don't remember.
Wait, hold on, dude. I hope I watched the right.
Did you really have to watch the wrong match? Was Okada wearing pants? This is a serious question because he wore pants in the other one. He wore tights.
Were they gold tights?
Yeah.
He had gold.
Were they like tights? Were they tights?
I don't remember.
How do you not remember whether their pants or tights? That was. I'm not.
I watched the right match.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'm not even joking. Okada's pants was a meme coming out of this match.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think they're that dumb looking.
It wasn't the right style for him. They don't look good.
Match, dude. I had to.
That'd be really funny if you didn't. That'd be super funny if you didn't.
Well, I didn't I was looking for signs for Wrestle Kingdom stuff. The match ended. Okay, tell me how did the match end? Show me some more clips.
Well, I'm pretty sure it ended with the Rainmaker as always. Yeah. See, that's the problem with the Okada matches. They all end with the Rainmaker.
Yeah. Okay. I saw the right match. I got worried for a second.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, dude, I thought he was wearing just trunks. I couldn't recall him wearing pants. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, dude.
Now this match, honestly, this match I could give you the same argument on this match.
I watched this. This was it, right? That's the one I watched.
Give me a second. It's loading. This might be the funniest thing in the world.
No, it has the Wrestle Kingdom fucking thing.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the fucking name at?
Skip it. It was the best quality one on YouTube. That was it, right? Don't give me shit.
I can't tell. All of it's in Japan right now. It's in Japanese. Give me a second. Let me find Okada. Well, it looks like that's Panta Okada. You watched the right match.
Okay.
You're fine. All right. But the reason I say, honestly, I should probably give him the argument last.
I just don't know why. I just don't remember him wearing pants.
That was like, you must have been fucking tired at that point.
I don't know.
But this Naito should have won this match. But I'm not.
I agree.
I'm not as upset with it because this was a fucking tremendous match.
It was really good.
It really was. It was a very, very fantastic match throughout. It was a lot better than the first time they met, no doubt.
Okay,
a lot better. And this, like, if I know you don't know the story of Naito, but he came up with Nakamura and all those guys. He was supposed to be this big star, and he kind of failed. And they sent him, and he left. He didn't go on an excursion. He fucking just left and went to Mexico.
JP gave me a bit of a rundown on him. He said that they tried to push him as kind of like a Roman Reigns, and it didn't work, so they turned him. Is that about right?
Well, no, they kind of fucked him over, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to Japan." The fans rejected him when he came back.
Oh, so that's why they turned him heel, right? Because he was meant to be a big face, but the fans weren't buying it, so they turned him.
He did pretty much what New Japan did, what WWE should have done. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that he's the leader of LIJ or
yes.
something? Okay.
Yes. But this match was a great match.
It was. I still didn't like as much as Jericho and Omega, but
that's understandable. But this was deserving of the main event. This was exactly what the main event should have been. And it lived up to it. And I mean, I'm not against Okada being a champion. He's been a champion for fucking forever now.
Yeah, who do you think's going to be the guy to take it,
he's already the longest reigning champion in history.
Their 46-year history?
Yeah,
they've been around since 72? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's the longest reigning champion already.
Hey, what's our time limit here?
The title was introduced in 87. So, I mean, we're already past an hour. But yeah, he's the longest reigning. So, I mean, at this point,
who do you think will take it?
He's at 566 plus days.
He's wild, man.
He's held the title for a combined 1,364 days on 4 title reigns. Hiroshi
Jesus.
Tanahashi has 4 less days on 7 title reigns. That's fucking ridiculous how long he has been. Well, shit, Muda had 12,380 on 4 days.
Muda. Sounds very familiar.
He's the one that came up with the misspitting. It wasn't Tajiri. It was him.
Yeah, okay, I know Muda. That's real old school.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it was a great match. I loved it. It was fantastic. My only complaint was I wish Naito would have won. I think it was his time, even though I don't know a whole lot about the background. It just seemed like he should have won. And I don't know. He just seemed very charismatic. And I just kind of... At the same time, Okada's making history, so that's cool.
Yeah, no,
and I loved it, but I still didn't love as much as Jericho and Omega.
But you asked the question who I think is going to take the title off him? I have no fucking idea.
Jericho?
No.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, because...
Maybe Kenny once he drops the U.S. title, but he already had 2 chances.
He's probably the...
Okada's not undefeated, is he?
See, it sucks that he's injured, because I would have said...
Wait, who's it? Oh.
I would have said Shibata. But obviously,
you have to remind me who Shibata is.
He's the one that they had the match, they did the headbutts, and then he had like the really bad head issue, and like he almost died.
Oh, fuck. How's he doing now?
I haven't gotten any updates on him, which is good and bad.
Fuck that guy. That's
But he did show up in a Japanese show. Like he showed up, like he came out. Like his music played, he came out, went to the ring, and like he was like
that's a good
around,
sign. That's a good sign.
And he was cognitive. I just don't think he's ever going to wrestle.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't.
Yeah, probably not. But
what is the name Bad Luck Fail? Like I don't get that.
Bad Luck Fale, man. He's bad luck. Don't fuck with him.
Who?
Bad Luck Fale? Bad Luck Fale is that?
Oh, I thought it was Fail.
No, it's Fale. Bad Luck Fale. Yeah, dude. He's the fucking real big dude. He's the one that ripped Daryl's head off.
Oh, yeah.
I love Bad Luck Fale. He's my fucking dude.
I remember now.
I fucking love that guy. But actually, now I'm talking about him, they actually, let's move on to New Japan Dash, actually. Because
isn't there a match we skipped?
No, that was it.
Wasn't there a tag team match?
No, we got all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we got all of them. But, to move on to the next night, we'll start off with this. Speaking of Bad Luck Fale, Tongaroa, won the never openweight 6-man tag team champions that were won by Chaos the night before. In that gauntlet match. Which asked me, one, congratulations to Bad Luck Fale, Tama Tonga, and Tongaroa, because I'm huge fans of all 3 of those guys. Tongaroa was Camacho in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
I was a big fan of Camacho in NXT. Didn't think they should have got rid of him. I was a fan of him.
I didn't care.
I'm serious. I was a fan of him.
I only seen this guy come out on a fucking bicycle, so.
No, he wrestled a lot of really good matches in NXT, and then they just randomly released
I only saw him on SmackDown when he came out with
Tunica?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, I remember that.
He's still plays Sin Cara, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Because of the tattoo.
Yeah.
Like who else has... You'll know if they ever change him because he won't have that tattoo anymore.
But congratulations to those guys. And it makes me wonder why Chaos won the titles in the first place. You know what I mean? And they just dropped them the next night.
Oh, yeah. Hey, okay, that sounds like a WWE decision.
Exactly. But that also happened, and then there was...
Wait, who was Chaos?
Chaos, that's Okada's group. Chaos, well, that was...
Whose group?
Okada.
Okay, what tag team... What championship did they win? That's what I'm asking. The 6-man one?
Yeah, the never openweight 6-man.
Was that the 6-man clusterfuck?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. That's right. The other tag team championships, Evil and Sonata won. Those were the heavyweight. Okay.
Yes, those were the heavyweight, and then the Bucks won.
Why is there so much shit? It's confusing.
Because they have 2 different divisions for tag teams. They got the heavyweight and the junior division. That's why.
And there's also the 6-man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of tag team wrestling. Well, you know why there's 6-man tag team championships? Because during...
So many fucking... Factions?
That's why. Because on the house shows, they rely mostly on a tag team 6-man.
Okay.
Like in Japan, you very rarely get like Omega Okada type matches because they only they reserve those for the big shows. You won't. It's not like Monday Night Raw where you're going to see John Cena versus Seth Rollins. You're never going to see a small show where you're going to see like Okada versus Tanahashi.
That makes sense.
So, but to continue with that show, the Bullet Club, which was Chase Owens, Cody Rhodes, Leo Tongo. That's the new Tongan guy. I think he's the cousins of Tama and Roa.
I don't know.
And then Morty Scroll and Takahashi, he's the pimp. I love him. He's fucking hilarious. I love that guy. They beat Dave.
Oh wait, yes. Then he came out with that hot, that smoking hot girl in the bunny ears, right?
Yes.
Was that also in that 6-man fuckery, or what did
he might have been in that one.
Yeah, dude. I thought.
Like I said, I didn't watch.
I remember I made a comment. I'm like, oh man, she's.
Yeah, no, that's his gimmick. He's the Tokyo.
I had to think for a second. I'm like, I like that guy.
Yeah, no, I fuck with him. He's in Being the Elite. He's really funny because he's just like he'll come on. He's just like, fuck you guys.
Is he in the Bull Club?
Yeah, he's in the Bull Club.
Nice.
Yeah, he's. That's what I'm saying. He's probably gonna. He was the one I couldn't remember when I was talking about Bull Club USA.
Oh, nice.
But they beat a team of Dave Robinson. I'm sorry, not Dave Robinson. I've combined people. Dave Finley, who's actually the son of Fit Finley.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I did hear that.
Juice Robinson, who was, what was his name in NXT?
Juice Robinson. Wait, why does his name sound so familiar?
Because it was something with Juice. What was his fucking name in NXT? It's bothering me.
Just type in his. I need to see his face, and then I'll know immediately.
He fought Kevin Owens.
CJ Parker.
CJ Parker, that's it.
Okay, yeah, I had to think for a second.
Yeah, CJ Parker, he was in the match. And
I
then,
had to think. Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
And then
CJ
it
Parker.
was
he was the hippie.
Then it was Kota Ibushi, Kashido, and Taguchi, who was a veteran of Japan. They lost. Bull Club beat them, but that's not what matters, because the next match, what actually mattered, was after the match, and that was because Cody attacks Ibushi, and Bull Club goes to just try to really end his career, because everybody knows about the next issues he had. They had him held up. Cody had the chair. He was ready to hit him with it. All of a sudden, Kenny Omega comes out and makes the save. And him and Cody Rhodes start fighting and pushing each other, and it gets pretty intense.
Who were they trying to injure?
They were trying to injure Ibushi.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't know, they came up together in Japan as a tag team, Ibushi and Omega. Yes, they have a very, very, very long
Kota Ibushi or somebody else?
Kota Ibushi.
Okay, because you said there's somebody just named Bushi.
No, Bushi is a different guy. Okay. He wears a mask. He's a different guy. It's very confusing, I know, but they're different guys. But it was very, 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 very. Right there, it could have ended. But Kenny gets on the mic and he says that he's sick of Bullet Club's infighting, and he says he has a solution. Switchblade. Jay White.
How's that a solution?
I don't know, because after White came down and accepted the Bullet Club shirt, they put it on, they did the hug thing, and then all of a sudden, Jay White hits the Blade Runner on Omega, which is his finisher. And it's announced the next day in a press conference, Jay White is joining Chaos.
What?
Which is Omega's group. Or not Omega's group, but Okada's group.
What?
Yeah. Because that's the big thing in Japan. Like, Suzuki Gun, which is Minoru Suzuki, who got his head shaved, he got Zack Sabre Jr. very recently. So, like, that's the big thing. When you're, like, a new guy, like a foreign guy that comes into the company, when you get hooked up with one of these Japanese teams, that's, like, when you're in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, wait. So, Jay White, he attacked Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he turned down the offer, attacked Omega, then joined Okada's group.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to play, that's obviously setting up for more Bullet Club versus Chaos, which has been going on.
All right, that's cool. I fuck with that.
But the key part about this is Cody going at it with Kenny, which I kind of touched on it a second ago. I think this is going to lead versus Kenny versus Cody, because they just recently announced they're selling tickets for the next Japanese show. I don't know exactly when that show is. I just know they said they're announcing ticket sales soon. With them announcing another U.S. show, what would be a better main event match than Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega in the United States? Honestly,
I couldn't think of a better one.
Like
really.
that's
other than
money.
Like Jericho and Kenny Part 2.
Maybe I can see that working in the States as a main event also. But
I mean, Kenny is the United States champion.
But we'll get to the Jericho in a second, because I think he's moved on from Kenny.
Yes.
But this leads me to a weird thought. When you think of Bullet Club, you really think of two separate Bullet Clubs. You think of the Elite, which is the guys you see on Being the Elite, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Marty Scurll, Adam Page, Kenny Omega. But at the same time, you also think of the Japanese side, which is Kenny Omega, Fale, Tomatonga.
Wait, Kenny Omega's in both?
Well, they're all together.
Okay.
I mean?
How can he be both?
But Kenny spends most of his time in Japan.
Yeah.
That's my point in saying that. But he's part of the Elite. I have to put him in the Elite, because the Elite technically is Omega, Jackson.
And they have their fucking YouTube thing, too.
Yes. but before the YouTube and all that, the Elite was the Bucks and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then you also got the Takahashi, you got the new Tongan, and then you also have Chase Owens. I feel like this is going to play out a lot like the NWO versus NWO Wolfpack, just in a better fashion because it's not played out.
It could.
I think it would make sense because there's been.
So, I mean, obviously there's tension rising within the ranks, so it makes sense.
Especially if you watch Being the Elite, because if they've already done so far with Being the Elite, they played Being the Elite in the Adam Cole's leaving of the Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
Being the Elite was a very big part of that. Like, the storyline that you saw in the ring was one thing, but the real storyline of Adam Cole leaving the Bullet Club happened on Being the Elite, not in the wrestling.
Really? I did not know that.
So the precedent's been set already.
Hmm.
If you go back and watch Being the Elite, they've had a lot of infighting between Cody and Kenny, where Cody's kind of like, he's kind of becoming the leader of the U.S. side.
Mm-hmm.
Where when after all this stuff happened, Marty left with Cody. I don't know where the Bucks were at. The Bucks were nowhere to be found. So when stuff like that gets put into play, and you think of, like I said, the past stuff with Adam Cole and stuff like this, there's a good chance we might be seeing Bullet Club USA versus Bullet Club Japan.
I mean, I could see it,
which would be interesting,
especially with. I mean, it'd be kind of weird though. I guess having Kenny be the U.S. champion and him not being on the U.S. side, but
that's why I think Cody Rhodes would take the title in the United States in the main event from Kenny Omega.
You said Kenny wrestles mostly in Japan.
Yes.
I need to ask though, this show leads up to all this shit, right? Well, they don't have weekly shows like Raw or SmackDown. So when's the next show that we get to see any of this come to fruition?
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
pretty sure.
That's what I don't understand. I know how often they have a pay-per-view. Like, I don't understand their schedule at all. I literally only know about Wrestle Kingdom and the G1 Climax. I don't know anything else.
See, that's the thing. The tournaments, they're the real big, like the World Tag League, Super Juniors, G1. That's what really occupies the year. I think that I'm pretty sure.
But at least on Reddit, like they a link that I was sent to from JP, they have like a list of everything they're like a breakdown of everything that's on the network. But I was just wondering off the top of your head if you knew, like, what the next show is that would follow up on these storylines.
It is Saturday, February 10th, New Beginnings in Osaka. That is the next pay-per-view.
So a whole month goes by without anything happening?
Well, no.
They have live shows?
They have their, I mean, for the United States fans, yes. I mean, in Japan, they're going every fucking day pretty much. Every week.
But like nothing on TV.
Oh, I'm sorry. New Beginnings in Sapporo is the next one.
But like they don't televise. There's nothing televised for next month, right? They just have house shows or what?
No, the New Beginnings. Those will be on New Japan World.
Okay. So I mean, like between the New Year's Rush and this show you're talking about, what is going to be in between?
I don't know.
Nothing. I just think it's crazy.
Just the house shows that they do in Japan.
I just think it's. I'm not used to it. I'm used to there being content every week, but in a way though, it's kind of cool. Like
I think it's better because
it's not overload.
I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown probably since the beginning of December. Honestly,
really,
if I'm being completely
we're supposed to like be on.
Like I'm still following the product.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in sitting down and watching 3 hours of Raw. I hate commercials.
Well, that's why I don't watch it live. I fast forward to them.
Well, see, maybe that's what I need to start doing. That might be a good idea because
I can't stay watching it live. I fast forward, or what you could do if you want to watch it Monday night, wait an hour, start watching it at 9, and then fast forward to.
No, you got a good point there. You do have a good point,
dude. You think I sit through commercials? Fuck no.
Yeah,
even if a match is boring, even if I don't like a match,
that's what I'm saying.
Every time like the Miz Cross comes out, if Miz isn't there, I'll fast forward.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm sitting through a commercial just to watch a shitty tag team match that I have no interest with in any way.
Oh yeah, just fast forward.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just like,
and I haven't seen Raw from last week either. So
yeah, like
don't worry, I'm not always caught up.
Here's the way I watch it. I can find the important stuff on YouTube. If there's something I need to watch, I find it.
And honestly,
I'm sorry. I have no interest in Goldust in the 205 Live division. You know what I mean?
He's in the 205.
He's been tagging with Cedric Alexander for the last 2 weeks.
Jesus, I don't watch 205 Live.
Well, it happened on Raw too. That's why I said that.
Jesus,
but you know what I mean?
And honestly, and December is usually kind of a boring month for wrestling, at least in
It won't pick up
in
again.
WWE. In WWE.
It won't pick up again until after the Rumble. Well, no, it'll pick up the night of the no. It'll pick up the night before the Rumble at NXT Takeover. Did you hear Johnny Gargano's the number one contender?
No, he
Yes.
won that.
He won
because I was behind.
Yes, I'm sorry to spoil it for you.
No, that's awesome news.
Yes, so he's taking on Almas.
I mean, I did kind of want to find out my own, but I'm also like not upset. I'm excited.
I'm making a bold prediction right now. I'm going to make it without doing any research.
Okay.
I don't know how long Tommaso Ciampa's been injured, but if he doesn't show up and screw Johnny Gargano out of the title,
he's going.
it has to happen.
Fuck.
Or
yeah,
or you know what? Johnny can win, and they pull an Adam Cole, and he shows up after.
I like that.
Let me
I like
search
that.
Let me search for Tommaso Ciampa. What do you want?
Get hungry.
Okay. We'll finish up after this. I can't spell his first name, but I can spell his
I
last
guess
name.
we don't care about going over an hour anymore.
We did some short ones, so yeah.
What's that?
We did some short ones, so
Okay.
So let me see. That was May 30th when he got injured. How long?
Whoa, it's been that long. Wow.
They said till March.
What
It might be-
What injury did he get again?
He tore his ACL.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, so where's the revival bit? I know they came back a couple weeks ago. I think the week before Christmas. I'm pumped to see them back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them.
We were because I thought of DIY and I thought of great tag team matches, and it made me think of the revival matches. And man, I'm glad that they're back. I think I could see them fucking up Raw.
Yeah, no, Raw needs tag teams. But there's one more thing we got to talk about New Japan before we leave. This is probably the most important part.
Oh yes, this has all been building.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we wondered. We don't have to wonder anymore. This wasn't a one-time thing for Chris Jericho. Because after LJI won a match with, I don't really care who they won the match with. They won the match. There was a beatdown and shit like that. But Naito gives like the normal like, this is the end of the show. Everybody have a good night promo. And during that promo, the Alpha shows up and attacks Naito.
The fucking Alpha. I love Alpha Jericho.
No, his character's great.
But it's a new chapter for him.
I am so fucking happy that he's staying because there are so many matches I want to see him in Japan.
Yeah.
Naito was one of them. So hopefully that happens in New Beginning shows. It's so good. It's so good. But obviously, if he's still in Japan, probably ain't going to be at the Rumble Arena.
No, but actually, that's funny you said that. How funny would it be if he just had a one-off, just showed up in the Rumble just to participate and then left again? Because technically, when he came back, I think to wrestle in the triple threat match for the United States championship between him, Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. I don't think he was under contract at that point. I think he came in as a favored to Vince because so he could just show up, dude, and then just fucking leave again. Jericho's the king at trolling. True. So, dude, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised if he does show up.
Oh, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Just to shock the world and then leave again.
I'm just saying I don't think it's going to happen. I don't
actually think it could happen.
I don't think it's impossible. I think it's definitely possible.
Because Jericho, he loves stirring the pot and having the tension on him.
And obviously, he's done it before. He's good at hiding his Royal Rumble appearance.
Because it would be funny. Because everyone would be buzzing and talking again. He loves just people like speculating and like not knowing what's happening. Like, oh my god, like what does this mean? If he came back, people would be like, is Jericho back in WWE?
No, it would definitely.
And then only the leaving. It'd be perfect. So,
I think we talked about it earlier. I think Jericho and all of this is the big catalyst to making what we talked about with New Japan and WWE coming together happen. But
hopefully,
for that to happen, we gotta let life continue. And for life to continue, we have to end the 32nd episode of the Phenomenal Podcast. It's been a fun one. It's been a good one. Very new, probably our heaviest New Japan one. For sure.
Well, absolutely.
I don't think we've ever gone this.
Luckily, I'm educating myself more. I'm learning more. This was like a good. There's a lot. I know I'm not the only one whose first New Japan pay-per-view just was seeing.
No, there was a lot of fans. They said
everywhere. They said it's a good time to start, and of course I was going to start here if I didn't before because Jericho's my all-time favorite. I had to see that. There's no way I was going to miss that match. Even though I knew it was happening at 6 o'clock in the morning, I said, fuck it, I'm witnessing history, and I'm glad I did.
Much as the pay-per-view is next year in Japan, this is your new beginning. into New Japan Wrestling. And I can't wait to take this journey with you because I think this is something that needs to happen. Where I think we need
New Jericho. You mean New Jericho but Japan Wrestling?
Yes,
New Jericho professional wrestling. Dude.
Yes, New Jericho.
You know, like it's like Raw's Jericho, and now it's New Jericho professional wrestling.
You better fucking get. I'm gonna get on Twitter and send that to him because he's gonna fucking make that. If he doesn't, he needs to.
I have to give credit to Mario though. He said it first.
Yes,
but it's fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna tweet it off the podcast Twitter. Attach Jericho. I'm gonna see if we can get a fucking response.
Do it. New Jericho hashtag New Jericho Japan Wrestling.
Yes.
No, New Jericho professional wrestling.
Yes, I already got the tweet in my mind. You'll see it on the Twitter later, and if you want to see that tweet, it is twitter.com/PhenomPodcast. If you want to follow us on Facebook, it is facebook.com/PhenomenalPodcast. Still working on the rest of this shit. One of these days, I'll figure it out.
Right, and I'm gonna be sending more memes out there for all those interested. I'm gonna try to be more socially active.
Yes, that was my goal of the new year. So far, I've been good on it. I've been a lot more active on Twitter on the Twitter. So it's not just
your Twitter machine.
It's not just announcements of when the next episode is happening. Every once in a while, you might see me tweet some shit. Might be some shit talking. You never know when it comes from. You hear me on the show, so you can only imagine Twitter's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of life changes happening. You're getting married. You're having your bar mitzvah. You're having a child.
I'm 22. When I've had a bar mitzvah years ago, one, I'm not Jewish, so it's not happening. But when I've had that years ago by now,
I don't know. Yeah, Tony's going through all this stuff. He's going through multiple sex changes.
Going through changes, damn it.
He doesn't know what to identify as. He might be identifying as a walrus.
No, I figured it out. I actually identify as a third grader.
There you go. Then you can eat yourself. Oh!
Exactly. Well, if you want to see me do that, where would they have to go to find it?
The Phenomenal Podcast on Goonland.
No. You got to go to Tony's Hairy Nutsack.
Oh, yeah, shit, okay.
I set you up for it, and you fucking failed me.
I thought we wanted to be serious for once.
No, I set you up for a
Tony's Hairy Nut fucked it up.
Yeah, you fucked it up. And on that note, we'll see you next week.